Hey there, this video is going to give you a quick overview of Notion's board view, which is one of its 6 view options for databases. So the options you have available for board view, and you can see one here at the top of this page as an example. Um, you click the 3 dots in the top right hand corner and we'll click layout. So we have board chosen. So your options are you can have a card preview, which means you can have an image showing on each of these squares here. So right now we have none. If I'll just click page cover, if I do that, you can see there's an image showing on this one. I don't have any images on the other cards. This is just to show you what it would look like. And the other option is to have the page content preview. So if I just click on this card, page content would be down here, just in this area of the card. So it's just a different area of the card. So those are your options for showing images. Otherwise, you can choose the card size. So we have small, medium, large. Right now they're small. If I choose medium, you can see they've increased in size a little bit. And of course, with large, they'll increase even more. So it just depends how you want to see those. There's also grouping options, which I'll come back to in a moment. You can toggle on to color the columns or not. So I just toggled it on and you can see each column now is the same color as this header name I have there. And as with all Notion databases, we have the option of side peek or center peek or full page when you open each card. So I will just show you the grouping examples. So as I mentioned, you can choose how to group stuff. So in the boards. So on this page here, on this tab called type, I have grouped it by cool down, warm up. This is a yoga library, as you can see. So I've just grouped them, the data by the type of workout. So all of the Ashtanga workouts are in this row or this column, and etc. And then you can also group it by length. So I've created intervals of 30 minutes here. So all the 0 to 30-minute classes or classes that are up to 30 minutes are in this column. And you can see it can get a little long if there's a lot of data in that category. And then we can categorize it by purpose. So similar to type, it's just the category. So what is the purpose of the workout? Body part, intensity. So this is a rating on a scale of 1 to 5, which is showcased by these emojis here, 1 to 5 emojis. So you can see your intense workouts or your not intense workouts. And then same thing with ratings. So whatever rating you've given to the workout, it will categorize. So that's just some examples of how you can group stuff. And you can just see at the top here, there's these numbers at the top of each column. That's just how many items or cards are in each column. So it's a nice summary of how many things are actually there. So also properties. If you go back to the 3 dots in the top right hand corner and click on properties, this is where you can choose what data is actually shown. So I only have the class name shown here, and you can see hidden in this board is all the other data in the database. But if I wanted to see my ratings, I could just turn the eyeball on there, click on that, and now we can see the ratings at a glance as well. So you can toggle on and off anything you want to view from the database right there. So as with all Notion databases, you have filter and sort options. So with sorting, you can alphabetize or sort, obviously, any of the data within the database. So this is all the data options we have. So you can alphabetize it, ascending or descending. And then with filtering, you're basically just telling it what data you want to include or omit from this, the board view. So if I clicked on, for example, location, I could say, I only want to show the gym workouts. So you can see now it's only showing this half a class that's at the gym. So I just don't want to check anything. I want everything to be there. There we go. So now it's all back. So you have lots of options for what data is included here or not, and how it's sorted. Another additional thing you have with board view, you have the option of subgroups. So if you click on the 3 dots again, you can come down to subgroup. And for example, I will choose the rating here. So we already have the main grouping, as mentioned, of type of workout here. So if I choose a subgroup of rating, I'm going to click that. We'll give it a second to organize. So you'll see I still have my main grouping of type of workout, but now it's got the ratings, stars 1 to 5, as subgroups underneath each of those initial main groups. So you can see everything by type of workout now and by type or by your total rating that you gave the class. So it's just an additional layer on top of your main group. So that's unique to boards, the subgroups. So just as a note, as with all Notion databases, you have your source or original database. So your original database is created, and it's also known as an inline database. And database views, which we've been playing around with here, are copies of those source databases, and we create these copies of the source databases so we can adjust and customize and format them how we want. So we can change how they look and how they're organized. So you can have multiple different views and formats to display the same data in multiple different places within your Notion workspace, all coming from the same original database. So again, the same data. In other words, changing the view or format of these database views or copies will not change how the source database looks. So that's a great functionality of Notion, allowing you to really customize and organize everything, your data and just how it looks. And how to tell the difference between these views or copies and the original or source databases. There's a few ways you can do that. If you click on the three dots at the top right-hand corner of your database and click Layout, and if you toggle on Show Database Title, you'll see, yeah, that's right at the top. You'll see the database title will pop up here, and it's got a little arrow. That means it's a view or a copy of a database, not the original database. So I'm just going to hide that again. Another way to tell is clicking on those three dots. If you see a source here at the top of this list of menu items over the layout, that means, again, this is a view or a copy of a database, because it's saying this isn't the source, here is the source, and if you want to go to that source database, click right here. And then the third way you can tell, if you just open your left-hand menu here of all your Notion pages and workspaces, you can tell this little arrow again, just like with the database title we saw. If this little icon has an arrow, it means it's a copy or a view of a database. So that's just a quick way to tell if you're working with the source database or a copy. So I hope that was a helpful overview of boards.